Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Apologies for the lack of commentary in the first inning, as I thought we were all set up, ready to go, and the wind had blown the top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Apologies for the computer decided to freeze. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. The wind had blown the top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Here in the top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. Computer decided to freeze. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Wind had blown the top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Here in the top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. Computer decided to freeze. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and warm evening at Aquatic. Lack of commentary in the first inning, and it's 1-1. Thought we were all set up, ready to go, and getting a run across in the first. Top of the second at Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching on at home. Top of the second, 2 balls and a strike. It's all happening on a very windy and
warm evening fielder. Back of commentary in the first innings. Thought we were all set up, ready to go. And he'll run across in the first. Top of the second, and Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching at home. Ariyama, all happening on a very windy, warm evening fielder. Back of commentary in the first innings. Thought we were all set up, ready to go. And he'll run across in the first. Top of the second, and Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching at home. Ariyama, all happening on a very windy, warm evening fielder. Back of commentary in the first innings. Thought we were all set up, ready to go. And he'll run across in the first. Top of the second, and Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching at home. Ariyama, all happening on a very windy, warm evening fielder. Back of commentary in the first innings. Thought we were all set up, ready to go. And he'll run across in the first. Top of the second, and Aquatic, and a very good evening to everybody watching at home. Ariyama, all happening on a very windy, warm evening fielder.
So Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell, Luke Brown and Isaac Blake batted in the first sitting. It's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. So Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell, Luke Brown and Isaac Blake batted in the first sitting. It's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. So Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell, Luke Brown and Isaac Blake batted in the first sitting. It's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell. Back up the middle for Parko. Dumps it into centre field for a base hit. In the first sitting, it's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Who's off aboard. Manly with their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell. Back up the middle for Parko. Dumps it into centre field for a base hit. In the first sitting, it's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Who's off aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Slipetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chappell. Back up the middle for Parko. Dumps it into centre field for a base hit. In the first sitting, it's going to be Sean Parkinson, Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Who's off aboard. with their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second. Aboard. With their lead-off man aboard in innings 1 and 2. Manly liner, Simon Sculpetta. He scored Manly's first run. T and Ray was thrown out at home. Jalen Ray, Nicholas Chapman. Back up the middle for Parker. Eyes down Blake field for a base hit. The first inning, it's going to be Sean Parker's at Harley Gibson and Josh King here to start the second.
Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board in innings 1 and 2. Manly lineup, Simon Scored Scored Manly first, 14 Ray, straight out of 100. Ray, Nicholas back up in the middle, Barker, lines out, set up field, full base here, like you're sitting, it's going to be short high, but they're going to music that Josh King. Here, start the second. Good take. The lead off batter board.
So full count here for Luke Brown. He's got the bases loaded, 2 out. Manly have scored 2 on a pair of base hits that haven't left the infield. One a ricochet off the pitcher, and another one just an infield dribbler. 3-2. Runners going. Luke Brown swings and misses. So full count can't add on, but 2 more here for Manly in the bottom of the 2 out. They lead this ball game scored 3-1, and we're off to the third. On a pair of base hits that haven't left the infield. One a ricochet off the pitcher. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. Rio Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. To an out of the Macarthur leadoff, Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. And this one does. And get himself aboard. Hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. To an out of the Macarthur leadoff, Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. And this one does. Get himself aboard, hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. To an out of the Macarthur leadoff, Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. And this one does. And get himself aboard, hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. To an out of the Macarthur leadoff, Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. And this one does. And get himself aboard, hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. To an out of the Macarthur leadoff, Sugawara, who struck out to start the game. And this one does. Get himself aboard, hit by pitch. Back to the top of the order for Macarthur here to start the third. Blake Gooding with a single to keep this Macarthur attack going. Lucas Masiuk with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Lifts that one high into the sky. Back for it, Josh King. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look at this Macarthur attack going as that ball gets all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Shannon Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one for it, Josh King. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look without any wind attack going as that ball died off all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Shannon Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one for it, Josh King. Only able to score 3 runs. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look without any wind attack going as that ball died off all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Ariyama. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Doesn't want to come out. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one for it, Josh King. Only able to score 3 runs. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look without any wind attack going as that ball died off all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Ariyama. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Doesn't want to come out. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one for it, Josh King. Only able to score 3 runs. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look without any wind attack going as that ball died off all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Ariyama. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Doesn't want to come out. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one for it, Josh King. Only able to score 3 runs. And Blake Gooding with a single to can only look without any wind attack going as that ball died off all the way out with the big 3-run home run to put Macarthur in the lead, 4-3. Ariyama. Shannon Hislop now the hitter. Doesn't want to come out. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. This one. Doesn't want to come out. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. So what away after the applied of the tag over. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. Douglas is quick run of the throw, was a little bit offline, but they were able to get the out. Campbell Harris, who was out trying to come home. So what away after the applied of the tag over. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. Douglas is quick run of the throw, was a little bit offline, but they were able to get the out. Campbell Harris, who was out trying to come home. So what away after the applied of the tag over. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. Douglas is quick run of the throw, was a little bit offline, but they were able to get the out. Campbell Harris, who was out trying to come home. So what away after the applied of the tag over. Hislop doing the damage to the sky. Douglas is quick run of the throw, was a little bit offline, but they were able to get the out. Sean Parkinson behind here, 0-2. That one. Get straight at Blake Gooding at first. 2 quick outs for Kawesh here in the third, trying to consolidate their 5-run top half of inning 3. Apologies to everyone watching on at home. We finally worked out what it was, and it was the delayed feed that we have. You can hear the commentary repeating itself. Hopefully it sorted itself out. Ball 1. To Harley Gibson. 2 outs here, bottom of the third. One missing up and away. Not sure if anyone's warming up for Manly. Tough night for Shohei Ariyama. Here to Harley Gibson. Trying to start some 2-out magic for Manly. So the 2-out walk. Brings up Josh King, the 9-hole hitter for Manly. Trying to turn this line up over to the top of the order, back around. Start to climb back into the game. Right side by King. Nice dive by Gooding. King's quick. Gets up the line. Very quick. And Josh King has got himself an infield single. He's now hit in all but one game so far this year. That was last Wednesday night. Doesn't matter where they go, as long as you get on base. Nice play by Gooding. Kawesh, the pitcher, couldn't get over to first in time. Josh King, who's a noted speedster, kept himself aboard with 2 out. And then we do get the lineup flipped back to Simon Slipetta. He singles started the first inning, came around to score, but Manly could only manage 1 despite having the bases loaded. Left on left matchup. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. So you walk the 8 guy, the 9 guy gets on, and back come around the heavy hitters in the 1, 2, 3. No Hayden Torpy tonight, and no Hayden Chappell. So T and Ray and Isaac Blake getting the start. That one looped into right field, down for a base hit. Josh King was on the move, and Simon Slepetta's going to finish at second base. Josh King's been waved home, and he's going to be in there without a throw. Josh King is off on the pitch. He comes all the way around, and he scores Manly's 5th run to make it a 1-run ball game. Manly jumping on Kawesh here in the 3rd. An arm warming, but not yet getting hot for Macarthur. Looks like they're just doing some weighted ball exercises, so T and Ray will have the chance to try and tie this ball game up. Ball away, Kawesh after strikeout and a line out to start the inning. It's gone walk, single with a throwing error. And they struggle to find the zone. Two 2-0 here to T and Ray, who's making his first grade start. 3-0 to TNR. Shows bunt on the 3-0. A little bit bush league, little league. Like you're playing in the park with your mates. Quesh gets the strike in, 3-1. Big opportunity for TNR. If he can find his first hit here, drive in. Game tying run. 3-2 now the count. Slipetta takes off. Ray slaps. Right side, but fouling out of play. Quesh with the long. Look in. 3-2. Slipetta. Off he goes again. Outside corner. TNR takes ball 4. That's runners on the corners for Manly with 2 out. And the younger Ray hands it over to the middle-aged Ray. Yeah, no, it's part of the back. Use the number pad. Just hit the number to hit enter. Yep. So Jalen Ray. Straight up the middle and ties this ball game. First pitch from Quesh. It's hit back up the middle. Just like that. The 2 home runs have been erased and we've got ourselves a 6-all ball game. That's going to be the night for Lucas Quesh, you would think. Tough night for him. Mitch Little comes out to take the ball and they'll hand it over to a relief pitcher. Manly with 2 runners on. In the heart of the order coming up, Nick Chappell and Luke Brown, the next 2 hitters. Macarthur hoping they can get Chappell. Riley Puckett, the new pitcher for Macarthur. One of 6 players to join the MLB World Select team. Travel to Arizona for the special MLB initiative back in September and the start of October. Nick Chappell takes a big hack at the hard-throwing Riley Puckett. He's going to be a handful tonight. 0-1. Nick Chappell, who struck out in his last at-bat. Hits that one hard, but the wind's died, and it's straight up and straight at Tim Nelson. He'll make the catch. And 2 pitches, Riley Puckett's able to end the inning, but not before Manly climb all the way back into it. They score 3 to tie it up. 6-all, we're off to the 4th. So 1 away here in the top of the 4th. 2-0. Ria Sugawara. That one drops in, but missing somewhere on that inside corner is Ariyama. Just takes a minute to compose himself. 3-0 here to the leadoff man. Struck out and hit by pitch so far tonight. Outside corner. 3-0's in there for a 3-1. Ball 4 gets away from Parko, but not far enough for Sugawara to advance, and it's a 1-out walk for the Macarthur leadoff. Arm warming in the pen. I've got my long distance goggles on. Tim Nelson, the hitter. 4-1 with 2 runs scored after walking. He finds the strike zone. Record strike, a ball on 1. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball, nicely blocked by Parkinson. Kept it in front, keeps Sugawara at first. One here to Tim Nielsen. That one straight at Slipetta, over to 1. Just in time, Sugawara gets back there. Two away for Luke Masiuk. Made the big 3-run home run inning ago. Ariyama trying to put a 0 on the board. Breaking pitch, misses, ball 1. 3 2/3 so far, 6 runs all earned on 8 hits. 2 walks, 2 punches. He's thrown 33 of his 64 pitches for strikes. That one at the top of the zone. There's Masiuk ahead, 2-0. That one ripped in the left field down for a base hit in front of Luke Brown out there. A couple of bounces, Brown picks it up and tosses it back in. Runners on first and second now for Macarthur. Top. Just had to get my nachos order in before it sells out. Modest crowd rather at Aquatics, given the weather we've had today. Warm one, which has turned into gale force winds. That one, check swing by Blake Gooding, and Nick Chappell will step up, pick it up, and over to the bag. And Shohei Ariyama has a nice little bounce back inning, a walk and a single, all the damage. Macarthur Strand 2 at 6-all, and Manly hit coming in the bottom when we come back. So Riley Puckett comes out, gets Luke Brown swinging and missing at the first pitch he faces. And they're going to have the work cut out for them. Facing the Australian Youth Championship MVP. The Golden Arm in that tournament. Thrown Riley Puckett. Head 0-2 here against Luke Brown. Breaking ball is Brown ducking. 6-all ball game. Manly after managing just the 3 runs last week against Borkham Hills in 16 innings. We've doubled that total here through 3. Swing and a miss by Brown. He's down on strikes. The first out of the inning. Isaac Blake, who struck out looking twice already tonight. You know Puckett's going to throw your strike, so he's got to get ready. It's going to be hard. It's going to be fast. He's got to gear up and get ready to swing. Top of the zone, called strike to Isaac Blake. Away for ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lewis and Clark College for Isaac Blake from Peterborough, New Hampshire. Swing and miss on the outside corner. Misses that one now, 1-2. Check that, 2-2. Outside corner. Fills the count up at 3-2. And swing and miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Not 3 in a row. As Nick Chappell flew out to end the 3rd. So he's got a pair here in the 4th. 2 away. Sean Parkinson jumps on the first pitch from Riley Puckett, but he will fly out to left field to end the inning, and Riley Puckett puts up Macarthur's first 1, 2, 3 innings. So we're done through the first 4 innings. It's 6-all here on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. You're watching Eagles Baseball Sports Network. Shohei Ariyama out here for the 5th. Shannon Hislop, last ball he hit. Went over the left centre field fence. This time he hits it hard at Jalen Ray, who airmails it. Thankfully, it stayed in play, and Hislop will remain at first. Chris Douglas pokes at a bunt attempt. Whenever Shohei Ariyama said out of the mound after that home run by Shannon Hislop. Let's put the faith in the Manly coaching staff. He's ready to go after 2 2/3. Up for a ball, 1-1 the count. Pitch count into the 70s now. Drops it down this time, Douglas. He runs fast, and that one is beautifully executed by Ariyama. Fooled the camera operator who thought it was just a regular sacrifice bunt to first, but heads up play by Ariyama. Gets Hislop at second instead. You just saw the play unfold on the back of the centre field camera shot before it switched over to first, so as long as you're keeping an eye on the score bug, you wouldn't have missed it. Campbell Harris has had a hit tonight. He's got 2 in fact. 1 to left, 1 to centre. He's 2 for 2. That one popped up, but that's going to get out of play. Parko starts after it, but slams on the brakes. 1-1. The left fielder. Parko can't get the throw out. Douglas steals second. Two on the count here to Campbell Harris. Chris Douglas runs well, so I don't know if Sean Parkinson had much of a chance. Down and in for ball 3. 3-1. Rather far too waiting on deck. Three 1 from Ariyama. This is inside. He hasn't had much luck in there today, has Shohei. Does bring the force back in play though. So, not the worst result. Ground ball off the bat of Fatu here. Could see Manly turn their third double play. That one fouled off by a Fatu. Tries to jump all over the first pitch, but can't put it in play. Top of the zone, ball one. Around the ground, brought to you by Procar Automotive. Greater Western lead Baulkham Hills 2-1. Cronulla currently leading Blacktown 5-3. And Vikings leading Ryde 2-0. All the scores around the State League. Greater Western and Baulkham Hills playing out at Blacktown. Cronulla and Blacktown also out at Blacktown. Ryde and Vikings out at Riverside. 2-1. Going to drive and far to the 8-hole here. You don't want to walk the 8-hole. That's down and in. Ariyama keeps going to the well, but he's not having any success. That down and in spot. Can't quite find his mark. Manly looking for their third win of the year. It's locked up here at the moment. And that one's at the top of the zone. And it will load the bases. The 9-hole hitter in Chris Fergie. No movement out of the dugout, although Sean Smith's now going to exit. And Ariyama might have just said, hey, give me one more. It's the 9-hole. Let me get him. Let me get the ground ball. A big spot here for Manly. They get out of this inning and keep it a 6-6 ball game heading to the 5th. To the bottom of the 5th. Just the one out so far. That one, right side, Josh King, it's T and Ray in fact. Makes the catch, throws it home, and a couple of bounces. Took a little bit too long. The arm wasn't great from Ray. And a sacrifice fly by the 9-hole hitter in Chris Fergie. Gives Macarthur the lead. Also turns the lineup over back to Rio Sugawara. Just having no luck on that inside corner is Ariyama. Oh, that one at the top of the zone. 3-0. There is a base open, but it does load them again. The dangerous hitter in Tim Nelson. Seguara digging into the batter's box. 3-0. Freo makes it 3-1. Outside corner, fills it up, 3-2. few people around me amused by the score at the moment. 3-2. Outside corner, ball 4. So, a couple of walks in this inning hurting Ariyama, and that's going to be his night. He's telling Sean to come back out, but his wishes aren't going to be granted. And Smithy's heading out there very quick to take the ball from Ariyama. His night coming to an end, 4 2/3 in. He leaves it with the bases loaded and on the hook for 3 more runs if Isaac Blake can't get Manly out of the jam. We'll be back after the pitching change. It's Macarthur 7, Manly 6. Tim Nelson will be the first hitter to face Isaac Blake with the bases loaded, 1 out. And he would desperately love a ground ball. Bottom of the zone, 2-0. Manly can't afford to give up too many runs here with Riley Puckett on the mound. It'd be hard to get a hit off, let alone score multiple runs against. That one's in there, called strike, 1 and 2. 2 and 1, in fact. That one lifted. Luke Brown over to it. Oh, it must have been 2 out. I must have missed an out somewhere. Oh no, it is 2 outs. There you go. The sacrifice fly was the second out, of course. So Isaac Blake does get the final out of the inning. Macarthur leave him stranded. They have taken the lead at 7-6. We're off to the home half of the 5th. That'll be the bottom of Manly's order to try and solve Riley Puckett. Here in the 5th, Harley Gibson, Josh King. Top of the zone, taken for ball. 1-1 the count. Nice sweeper in there. Gets the strike call, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one's in, 2 and 2. Only done a good job tonight of working counts. Can only be the lead-off man here that Manly need. That's up top, 3 and 2. It's a good leave. Goes straight back to the fastball. Good protective swing. Extends the at-bat. Another 3-2 here for Gibbo. Draws the walk. Really good at bat from the youngster. Making his mark in first grade. Josh King. Gibbo with a big lead over at first, induces the throw. Another check at first. Worried about Harley Gibson's base stealing ability. Here's Riley Puckett, keeping close over there. Checks his swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Shorting up now is Josh King. Bit out an infield single in his first at bat. A pitch fouled off, 2 balls and 2 strikes. King just looking to go the other way with it. Trying to flip the lineup. To the big bats at the top of the order. Swing and a miss. Filthy with himself that he'd probably chase ball 4. Probably going to be up and out of the zone. He swung at it and missed. Mitch Little's about to come out. It's 24 pitches for Puckett, so probably keeping him to the 30 threshold. Well, now Mitch Little comes out. So, a bit of by-play. Waited until the batter stepped into the box. And headed out to the mound. And just going to talk a little bit of strategy here for Slipetta. I think he just wants him to throw fastballs. Very animated out there is Mitch Little. Really laying down the law to his young flamethrower. He gets his point across. Head back to the dugout. And he'll continue. Big swing and miss. Simon Slipetta was trying to make it an 8-7 ball game, not a 6-7 ball game. Outside corner. Pucker gets the call. 0-2. Fouls that one away. The man affectionately known as Simba. Trying to move the run around for his team. Tips it, fouls it off, and Fatu's worn that on the upper leg. Slipetta will get another chance. Fouls it off again, and that's 2 in a row off Fatu. Who'd want to be a catcher? Exactly why you wouldn't want to be. 2 foul balls tipped have hit you where you don't expect it. Guy throwing pretty hard. Wearing one anywhere in the body isn't fun, let alone in the thigh. Cut one nice marks on his leg tomorrow morning. Right side, double play possibility. They're only going to get the one. Simba runs too well, and it was slow developing play. It'll be a fielder's choice for Slipetta. And maybe the quicker man now on base for the Eagles. Slipetta goes, and that one is fouled off, both the catcher and the hitter in T and Ray. It's a pretty big boost to your confidence as a second grader to be slotted into the 2-hole for your first grade start. Ray coming off ACL injury from last year. I think it's his 3rd. Very promising soccer player growing up. Sporting ability runs through the family. Teen representative soccer player. Jalen, obviously the ABL Rookie of the Year last year. 4-year college athlete. His brother also a semi-professional golfer. 0-2 hit at T and Ray against one of the hardest throwers in the league. Breaking pitch, down on strikes goes Ray. And that'll end the inning. Slipetta will be stranded. And Macarthur will take their 7-6 lead into inning 6. 1 and 2 hitter Luke Masiuk. Import on import. Masiuk with the big 3-run home run, which blew this game open for Macarthur. Both teams with a run in the first inning. Manly added 2 more in the bottom of the second. 4 home runs to Masiuk and Shannon Hislop. Put up a 5 spot for Macarthur. Manly clawed it right back though with 3 of their own in the bottom half of the third. Before a sack fly in the 5th. Gave Macarthur the lead once more. 9 hits apiece, 1 error apiece. Both teams now into their bullpens. 3 and 2. Here to Masiuk. Looks like our centre field camera's been blown around a little bit. That down and in corner hasn't been a happy hunting ground for any pitcher tonight. Apologies to those at home who had to look at the canteen. Very windy conditions here at Aquatic this evening. So the leadoff man is aboard. That's who takes off. Nice transfer by Parko, but the throw's too high. Macarthur just going to play a little bit of small ball. Run their way around the bases and try and knock in a bit of an insurance run. A few insurance runs here. Ball 1 to Blake Gooding. That one off the hands. Simon Lepeta can't get to it. Jalen Ray couldn't get to it. Josh King comes up throwing. Throws off line. And it gets out of play. Macarthur do get that insurance run. A throwing error by Josh King. All well and good, stay it now. Should have just put it in your pocket. Sometimes you've got to play what's in front of you. Fortunately, he couldn't get the out. Looks like we've lost our centre field camera. It's angled up at the clubhouse too much. Such as the wind here at Aquatic this evening, so we'll have to revert to our backup cam, our camera known as camera 2 for the rest of this one. So Shannon Hislop did his part in that third inning. The ball that kind of looked like it was a pop-up just sailed. All the way over the fence. Luke Brown and Josh King could only watch as it left the ballpark. That one on the inside corner. Nice bit of locating there by Isaac Blake. So they're going to have their hands full in what is probably going to be the last inning. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 8:35. It's now 9:23 and 12 minutes until our 10-minute cutoff. That one poked and down for a base hit. Shannon Hislop goes the opposite way. He's going to have himself a homer and a double here tonight. And that's another big run on the board. just is there an appeal over at third? Don't know. Didn't look like it. Ball was thrown over Harley Gibson, who's stood on the base, but nothing from the umpires to confirm or deny. 9-6 now the score, and still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Now they'll step over and ask the question. And they're saying that he stepped on the base. Blake Gooding, as he came in to score on that Shannon Hislop double. Big swing and a miss by Chris Douglas on that outside corner. Oh, and 1. Douglas over 3 tonight. Just as I look down to check what he is, he's put that one out of the park, and that's a 2-run home run for the Macarthur shortstop to really put a punctuation mark on this one. 2 more on the board, and that's 11-6. That's a big home run by Chris Douglas. I think that was almost in the pesky neighbour. Into his bathroom down there. So Manly's job wasn't already big enough. It's gotten even bigger. 4 given up now here in the 6th. The breaking ball to Campbell Harris is up for ball 1. That one hit hard as well. Josh King getting back for it. Makes a nice catch above the head to retire Harris. The first out. After the home run to Chris Douglas, 3 in the game, hit by Macarthur tonight. And none of them with the wind blowing, despite it being a windy night. Breaking ball, they had a Fatu in there for a strike. Popped up, right side, tough play. Chappell in there taking charge. The Slipetta calls it off, and he makes the catch to retire Draven Fatu for out number 2. 9:27 local time, no new inning after 9:35, so 8 minutes until that cut-off point. Top of the zone. Calls strike to Chris Fergie. He's over 3 with an RBI. Had the sacrifice fly, which gave Macarthur the lead. That one hit on the ground to Jalen Ray, the left side, and he retires Fergie to end the inning. But 4 more on the board. They've probably put themselves in a winning position. Have Macarthur. Manly have it all to do when we come back with the bottom of the 6th. They're going to have to win it in this inning here. So simply won't be enough time if they don't. Jalen Ray pops out to left field to start the inning. One out on one pitch. Manly aren't lucky. They might have to go back out in the field if they can't bat out this next 4 minutes. That one off the end of the bat. Chappell hits that one foul. Girls are at home again on Friday night. Got their first win of the season last week. A late comeback, come from behind win 12-8 over Boomers. They take on the other Boomers team on Friday night here at Aquatic. Hopefully some nicer conditions. And then Saturday we're back on air on Eagles Baseball Sports Network from 10 a.m. for the under-18s. Third grade, second grade, first grade against Macarthur. Full day of action in round 6, the penultimate round of the first third of the season. That one hit hard by Nick Chappell, but a couple of bounces straight at Chris Fergie. He grounds out for out number 2. Might be going again. Macarthur will have the top of their lineup if we do. Called strike to Luke Brown. He's going to try and take a couple of pitches here to extend this inning as much as he can. In the dirt, strike 2. Quickly behind 0-2. Looking to get through this inning nice and quickly and maybe give his offense one more time at bat. I reckon we get to 9:34. That could be close enough. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Umpire checks his watch. And I think he's satisfied. He comes over to the scorers. He'll check that we've got a result. And he will call game. So game that promised for Manly. They're trying to come back out in the field, and they are. So we will go again. There you go. 1 minute on the clock, which sucks for us because that means we'll pack up in the light. We'll pack up in the dark once the lights go out. So we're heading back out for one more inning. We'll play the 7th. Old Mike will have the top of the order for Macarthur. Come back from this quick break. 4-2 to Sugawara to start us off here in the 7th. An inning that we may not complete. Called strike. That one lifted into left field and down for a base hit. The hit parade from Macarthur continues. Tim Nelson, the next hitter. Lifted up. That's going to be problematic. But T and Ray is there to make the catch. Just as that ball went up into the air, the wind picked up a couple of knots. So one away. For Luke Masiuk, big 3-run home run for him. Kind of the difference. That was a towering shot by Masiuk as well. Went straight up in the air. Just kept going. There might have been some wind up there. Certainly nothing down at ground level. And that one's ripped hard into the corner. Hits a hard ball. Nelson's hitting around second, or second rather. Sorry, it's Sugawara. And it's a double there for Luke Masiuk. Reynolds in second and third. Blake Gooding the hitter. And one missing down and away for ball one. In fact, it's Ryder, his slot, the hitter for Macarthur. Called strike. Breaking ball. Nicely executed there by Isaac Blake to get the count in his favour. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to prevent Macarthur from scoring any more runs. They've put on 5 in their last 2 trips to the plate. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove, in fact, of Parko. And a big second out. Going from young generation to old generation. They're going to put Shannon Hislop on against the soft throwing Isaac Blake. And load the bases with 2 out. For Chris Douglas, who absolutely torched a ball in his last at bat. A couple of kids went looking for it, and I think they got halfway to Seaforth before they came around and headed back, knowing they weren't going to find it. They walk one home run hitter to get to another. And they're starting with ball 1. No Aiden Torby tonight. His arm could have been handy for a couple of inning or 2 here. Rangers got in a little bit of trouble in the third inning. 1-on-1. Big swing and miss. Loopy breaking ball. Douglas swinging all around it. One pitch for Blake to get out of it. Defensive swing there by Douglas on the 1-2. On that pitch on the outside corner. Bockham Hills will battle back to tie things up against Greater Western. That's 7-all there. Cronulla still lead Blacktown 8-5. And final at Riverside with Canterbury defeating Ryde 4-0. Breaking ball just missing. Everyone thought it was strike 3. Run but the umpire. I was about to clip it as the highlight, but didn't get the punch out. So 2-2, 2 out. And that one too far inside will hit Douglas on the elbow and bring in a run. Almost out of the inning without a run, but just couldn't get that pitch to go where it needed to. Now the Orioles are doubling up Manly, 12-6. 5 runs all earned for Isaac Blake. Two walks and a strikeout. That one fired in and fouled off. 0-1. Mitch Little's going to run for Shannon Hislop. Why? But why not? Might only be out there for a pitch. Breaking ball. That Blake ahead here, 0-2. Trying to finish things off and give Manly one more turn at the plate. That one hit hard. Josh King back for it, sits underneath it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. One on the board for Orioles. They lead at 12-6, and Manly with their last chance to, well, it'll be an improbable comeback because there's not enough time on the clock, but you know, sometimes you just never know. Cooper Eisenhower hits a stinger. That's a great play by Sugawara that gets away. And he's going to get himself on base. We'll see how the scorers record it. It was hit pretty hard. Tough play for Sugawara. See how generous Dai King is down there. Could have picked him up. It's charged an error. But he's got himself on base, which is the job that Sean Smith would want him to do, and against Riley Puckett. Sean Parkinson, the hitter. Cooper was hitting for Isaac Blake, the pitcher. Now Parko, quickly behind 0-2. It's that one along the line. It's a couple of base hits. Cooper's going to head around third. He's going to head home. Trucking home. And Parko's driven in a run for Manly. All the excitement, I forgot to clip Cooper's hit. Reached on error, maybe. Maybe Manly are a chance to get those runs back. Have now that you've said that. Harley Gibson. Outside corner. Called strike one. Double there for Sean Parkinson. 2-hit night for Parko. Be happy with that. John Ray's got himself 3 hits. 24 hits total in the game. 14 for Macarthur, 10 for Manly. Each team with 2 errors. That one to the right side. Has Gibbo got the speed to beat Puckett? No, he doesn't, but he moves Parko over to third. I'll bring up the 9-hole hitter and Josh King, who's been busy tonight offensively and defensively. He's had a couple of balls sail over his head. Straight back to the pitcher. Puckett's going to check Parko. And Parko's going to freeze. And it's 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th. So the top of the order will get one more look. Simon Slipetta will hope he can give T and Ray a turn. Maybe T can hand the torch over to his brother Jalen before the lights go out. That one gets away. Parko doesn't get much of a secondary. And the ball doesn't get too far away from new catcher in Campbell Harris. Travis Fardu's had enough after wearing a couple of foul balls on his leg in the previous inning. Just enough on it to keep it close. Simon Slipetta's got a 2-hit, 3-run night. He's also driven in a pair. He's had a hitting the ball hard all season so far, Simon Slipetta, without a lot of return. We happen to have a couple of base hits tonight with 3 runs scored and the pair of RBI. Curveball, hit up the line. Tricky play for Gooding, but he picks it up. Steps on the bag, and that'll finish things here at Aquatic. Macarthur, too good. They break out with a couple of big innings. 5 runs in the third, 5 runs in the sixth. 4 runs in the sixth, rather, for a 12-7 victory. They move to 8-2 on the season. Manly, the opposite, they fall to 2-8. That finishes the ball game tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching on. We'll be back here on Saturday morning with the under-18s and a full day of baseball. From Luke Eisenhower, and a big thanks to Jet and Kate Murray for their perfect camera operation. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for watching.